day, welcome to News Now on TV360. I'm Thelma Okoro. The Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport in Abuja has officially reopened for business after 6 weeks of closure for repairs on its runway. This comes a day early as the airport was scheduled to open on Wednesday, April 19, 2017. The Abuja International Airport was closed on March 8 for 6 weeks to enable rehabilitation on its 3.6-kilometer runway. A test flight from Kaduna International Airport landed in Abuja on Wednesday morning with Hadi Sirika, the Minister of State for Aviation, on board the plane. Also, Ethiopian Airline became the first commercial flight to land on the runway of the Abuja International Airport.
The April 19th was the due date for us to conclude and open the airport based on our program of work. And then that is not saying that we cannot open earlier. We were able to deliver the project earlier than anticipated, and then we can open it. There is nothing wrong with opening it a day earlier. And here we are today. We set out to achieve that target. We achieved the target. As you could see, the other works like the taxi way markings are still going on, which is non-critical for us. It's a routine, usual thing that would continue, and any other thing that we would see. But all of those safety critical matters have been dealt with. The runway has been completed completely, and it's in perfect shape. We just landed now on the same runway. The final exercise was this morning. The friction test was carried out, and they found that it meets the international standard and the ICAO standard and recommended practices. So the runway is safe, is good, is perfect. We thank all of you for.
The Nigerian army says it has rescued over 1,600 people held captive by the Boko Haram sect. The operation was carried out in Jawara Community, Kaola Baoji local government area of Borno State, northeast Nigeria. A statement from Army spokesman Brigadier General Sani Usman said the Army had launched the offensive on the suspected terrorist location based on a tip-off. The troops also killed 21 Boko Haram members in the line of duty. Nigeria's Minister of Defense Mansudan Ali says it may take several years to find the remaining schoolgirls kidnapped from Chibok, a community in Borno State, northeast Nigeria. Just last week, the Nigerian government revealed it was still in talks with the abductors of the schoolgirls. The minister has now confirmed that statement, saying the army is still searching for the girls in the vast Sambisa forest. The girls were abducted on April 14, 2014. 3 years ago, at the height of the Boko Haram insurgency in the northeast part of the country. Several countries promised to help Nigeria search for the missing schoolgirls. However, till date, 195 of them are still missing. Nigerian campaign group Bring Back Our Girls is marking the 3rd anniversary since the abduction of the over 200 girls from a school in Chibok, northeast Nigeria. The event took place in major cities across the country. Now in Lagos, members of the campaign group, all dressed in red, walked through major roads demanding the rescue of the remaining missing schoolgirls.
The look on their faces tells it all. Sadness, frustration and anger at the handling of the rescue of the schoolgirls abducted from a village in Chibok, Borno State, northeast Nigeria. These women, men and even little children are all present to mark the 3rd anniversary since 295 schoolgirls were abducted by the Boko Haram sect in April 2014. Happening at the same time in different parts of the country. Advocacy group Bring Back Our Girls organized this meeting to remind the world that the girls are still missing. In Lagos, members of the group, all dressed in red, a symbolic color for them, sat together expressing their worries.
If after 3 years we are standing here, I'm extremely sad. Really sad, and I hope government is actually listening to this. It is sad to come and gather here today. I can imagine what those parents are going through. In this whole process, some parents are dead, some have gone mad. These are statistics that we know. We know these parents one-on-one. Some have lost it. Some fathers have died, some mothers have died. Some are just living. I mean, this is really, really sad.
Addressing the gathering, Abiba Balogu, the co-founder of the Bring Back Our Girls Group Lagos chapter, says the fight for the safe return of the schoolgirls is the fight for the soul of Nigeria, and this will require the effort of all Nigerians.
This fight for our girls, for the Chibok girls, is the fight for the soul of Nigeria. We want to live in a country where, if God forbid something bad happens to you, you can rely on the government to do everything in its power to rescue you, to care for you, to keep you safe, to feed you, to help your community recover. That is the sort of Nigeria we are used to, and that's the sort of Nigeria that we want, and that's the sort of Nigeria we are fighting for.
Of the 295 schoolgirls kidnapped, 195 of them are still missing. Some were able to escape from their abductors at the time of the incident, while others were rescued later by security operatives. The group says if the past administration had acted quickly based on intelligent information available at that time, the girls would have all been rescued.
One of the issues are that within the first few weeks that they were abducted, efforts should have been made. They could have been rescued, because as the information that has been provided, it's evident that their rescue, if it had been done in a timely manner, the girls would have been here.
Next steps for BBOG is to carry on. The most important slogan of all the ones that I think we hear, for me and to my mind, is the one that says that when will we stop? And it says not until our girls are back and alive.
To end the day's activities, the group held up torchlights while going around in circles and calling the names of the remaining 195 missing girls.
Yana Yidao, Grace Paul, Amina Ali, Palmata Musa.
The Bring Back Our Girls group says it will not stop its campaign until all the missing girls have been brought back home safe. Just recently, the Nigerian government revealed it's still in talks to ensure the release of the remaining Chibok girls. If the talks are successful, this will be the last time this group will hold this type of gathering. Flourish Alonge, TV360, Lagos.
The Nigerian government has launched the 2016 United Nations Development Programme Human Development Report. The report was unveiled by the country's Minister of State, Budget and National Planning, Zainab Ahmed, in Abuja, the nation's capital. The report also revealed that between 2005 and 2015, Nigeria's Nigeria's Human Development Index has increased by over 13%.
The 2016 Global Human Development Report is timely for two reasons. One, it provides an independent and data-based analysis of why certain groups tend to be more disadvantaged than others, and it also highlights the persistent barriers to achieving sustainable development for all. Secondly, the report comes on the heels of the recently launched Nigeria Economic Recovery and Growth Plan for 2017 to 2020. The NRGP defines our country's economic trajectory for the next 4 years by ensuring that there is sustained and inclusive as well as diversified growth. Additionally, this report also comes as Nigeria works to actively implement programs aimed at achieving the sustainable development goals, both at the federal as well as at the state levels. Human development for everyone.
The report shows that between 2005 and 2015, Nigeria's Human Development Index increased from 0.466 to 0.527. This translates to a 13.1% increase. This is encouraging, but given the humanitarian challenges already alluded to and the economic recession witnessed in 2016, there is an urgent need to design policies and programs to ensure that the upward trend in human development is not reversed. Addressing the twin problems of economic recession and humanitarian crisis facing the country calls for tough policies, choices.
We need to make human development resilience. Mr. Kalondi talked about the fact that progress is not necessarily automatic and gains are not necessarily permanent. We need resilience. We need to lock the gains of development. Unless we lock the gains, we can easily slide back into, as two countries that we examined have actually slid back in terms of human development. We need to empower those who have been left out. We need to uphold human rights. Not just political and civil rights, but economic and social rights, and also third-generation rights, rights to clean environment, for example. We need the whole range of rights to be respected. We need the duty bearers and the claim holders to do their part, to deliver rights.
Nigeria's humanitarian coordinator has warned that over 5 million people in the northeast region are desperately hungry and risk starving to death this year without food aid. According to Ayoade Alakija, the current food crisis could drive more Nigerians to flee the country and attempt the dangerous journey to Europe through the Mediterranean Sea. UN had earlier warned that over 500 million Nigerians are at risk of starving from famine in the region. No fewer than 12 people were feared dead in a renewed attack at Aso village in Jema local government area, southern Kaduna State. Authorities confirmed the incidents, which occurred over the weekend. The attack took place in the same village where 3 people were reportedly killed by gunmen in February this year. Minister of Transport Rotimi Amechi has threatened to sue a former aviation minister, Femi Fani-Kayode, for naming him as the owner of the Lagos apartment where over $13 billion was found last week. To avoid a defamation suit, Amechi has demanded that Fani-Kayode publicly retract the statement and pay a compensation of 500 million naira to him. The EFCC had discovered the sum of 13 billion naira in an apartment in Ikoyi, Lagos State, southwest Nigeria. The discovery has been trailed by so many controversies. No one has officially come out to claim the money or the apartment where the money was found. The movement for the emancipation of the Niger Delta region has urged the House of Representatives to compel former President Goodluck Jonathan to appear before it over the controversy surrounding the OPL 245 Malabu oil deal. Jonathan has been accused of receiving over $200 million bribe from the oil deal, an accusation the former president has since denied. A statement from the Niger Delta Group added that it had reasonable grounds to suspect that President Jonathan might have compromised his former office as far as the Malabu oil deal was concerned. The Nigerian Senate has asked the country's state oil firm, the NNPC, to review its operations. The Senate's demands come after a corruption scandal hit the oil firm, leading to the sack and compulsory retirement of several top officials of the corporation. The Senate is now asking the NNPC to go beyond just sacking the officials, but also restructure its operations in a bid to ensure transparency in the firm.
How work?
Oh, correct, Oga.
What is it that you are doing?
Oga, they come out the part now. Make we go sell for.
Oga, na correct kuzabi this so. Oga Titus and him boys them. They do am. They will come out the original parts, sell them, make plenty kusa. No wonder our customers bring the generator back to our workshop because they bad. And not because of stuff. Now because they overuse the generator. Plus say NEPA no they give them electricity. Before I open my eye, Makachuku, look at my talk in the heaven. Replace this original generator parts back inside this generator of my customer. In short, before we do am, front jump. 1, front jump. 1, 2, 1. Stealing of generator parts or changing of original parts to a fake one. That is the corruption. Not in my country.
Corruption not in my country.
Welcome back. Up next, we have business news with Fidelia.
Thank you, Thelma. The Nigerian government has announced plans to recover all pension payments made to ghost workers on its payroll. The Minister of Finance, Kemi Adeosun, said the Finance Ministry, in collaboration with the National Pension Commission, is set to recover the pensions so far paid into the retirement savings account of the identified ghost workers. She disclosed that about 53,000 ghost workers has so far been removed from the federal government's payroll. Nigerian economists are kicking against further devaluation of the country's currency, the naira. The International Monetary Fund, IMF, has since been mounting pressure on the Nigerian government to further devalue the naira as a means of opening the export trading sector of the economy. Our correspondent Abiola Ismail takes a look at the consequences of devaluing the naira and the overall impact on the Nigerian economy.
As the world economists converge on U.S. for the spring meeting, Nigeria's delegation, led by the Minister of Finance, Kemi Adeosun, will need to do much to withstand pressure from the International Monetary Fund, IMF, who are calling for the devaluation of the naira. Based on differential exchange rate between the official rate and that of the parallel market to the Greenwich, the International Monetary Fund said only further devaluation of the Nigeria's currency can make the economy rebound. But Nigerian economists are saying no, stressing that any further devaluation will not help the economy, which is gradually regaining strength.
The issue of a weak naira is so pervading in terms of the destruction it has done, not only to our economy, but to our psyche, to the social values, to the level of unemployment, to the level of inflation, to our inability to control our finances in a sensible manner. So there's nothing that can be said in favor of a weak naira. Those who say that a weak naira would stimulate exports, you must really wonder whether they know what they are talking about. Because if that were to be true, you will find that our exports would have been so totally huge at the moment. Because we have devalued from 50 kobo to 300 naira, and exports are still not picked up. So what makes you think that exports will pick up when the naira is further devalued, as advised by the IMF?
A former banker and an economist, Sam Olisa, advised that the CBN could introduce a guided devaluation where the Apex Bank will pump more dollar to save the naira at a point and also withdraw it when the naira is getting stronger.
We must have a guided devaluation. Guided devaluation that with the level of the naira to the dollar will move pari passu with the volume of foreign exchange coming in, so that the dollar will not be too cheap for Nigerians to begin to import everything. At the same time, the dollar will not be too expensive for us to import those goods that we cannot do without. So that there will be a sort of red line, guarded devaluation. That's what we need now.
The World Bank spring meeting is underway in U.S. The Nigerian delegates have been cautioned against taking any decision to devalue the naira, as this will not help the economy. Abiola Ismail, TV360 Lagos.
The Central Bank of Nigeria has introduced a new policy called Form X for small and medium-scale enterprises seeking to purchase foreign exchange from the Apex Bank. Now, according to the CBN, the decision was part of its commitments to increase forex liquidity and improve access by the SMEs and retail businesses to forex. The objective of the new guideline is to remove obstacles usually encountered by those whose forex needs for either visibles or invisibles were small or less than $10,000. The Nigerian Central Bank plans to offer $100 million in currency forwards at an auction on Tuesday. The dollar sales, for which settlement will be between 1 week and 45 days, is aimed at meeting demand for businesses. Meanwhile, Nigeria's currency, the naira, was quoted at 306 on the official market and was seen at 405 on the black market on Tuesday. Oil prices hit their lowest in 11 days on Tuesday, fueling concerns that U.S. production growth is undermining efforts to cut oversupply. Brent crude futures were down 49 cents at $54.87 a barrel, while US crude futures traded down 46 cents at $52.19 a barrel. OPEC members have agreed to cut oil production by 1.8 million barrels per day for 6 months, starting from January 1st to July 2017, which is the first reduction made in 8 years by the group. That's all on business. More stories coming up. Don't go away.
Corruption not in my country.
Mr. Job! Mr. Job! What is it now?
What is it now?
Please turn down the volume of your music. It's too loud.
And how is that your business?
It is disturbing me. I can't sleep.
And the same way you are disturbing my right to good music and where I enjoy it. What's wrong with you? Is any other person complaining?
Maybe we thought that you have lost your mind. Are you having a party?
I'm just respecting you, sir. You remember I've paid my husband too.
You will not understand why we are complaining because you do not care about other people except yourself. Look, the transformation we need in this country begins in this compound.
Yes, now.
From you, and I. This your selfishness is an offshoot of corruption. And corruption
not in my country.
You know, go to your bank. Go.
Corruption not in my country.
Welcome back. The UN says nearly 9,000 migrants were rescued in the Mediterranean Sea in the past weekend. The migrants, mainly African, were coming from Libya on flimsy boats to try to reach southern Italy and a gateway to Europe. IOM spokesman Leonard Doyle said that better spring weather had encouraged smugglers to take migrants out of detention centers in Libya. At least 900 migrants have died or have gone missing while attempting to reach Europe by sea so far this year, while 36,000 have been rescued against 24,000 rescued last year. UK's Prime Minister Theresa May stunned the world by announcing plans to call a general election. In an unexpected statement at Downing Street, she said she was starting the process of calling a vote on June 8, 2017, which is less than halfway through the government's term. She says Britain needed certainty, stability and strong leadership following the EU referendum. There will be a vote in the House of Commons on Wednesday to approve that election plan. The league management company has pledged to make protection of referees in the Nigerian Professional Football League its main priority. Chairman of the league management company, Shehu Diko, said it considers match officials as partners in the organization of the league and advised that all channels of communication existing between the two bodies should always be used properly. He also assured that the LMC would investigate all alleged attacks on match referees. Chelsea has paid tribute to the club's outgoing captain, John Terry. Terry on Monday announced he was leaving Chelsea at the end of the season after 22 long years at the club. He is the club's third highest all-time appearance maker with 713 appearances made so far. The 36-year-old, in a statement announcing his departure, insists he will always have a fantastic relationship with the club and vowed to help the club achieve success this season. Two-time Wimbledon champion Petra Kvitova has entered the draw for next month's French Open 4 months after suffering a serious hand injury. The 27-year-old was stabbed by a knife-wielding intruder in her hometown in Czech Republic in December last year, but took to social media on Monday to reveal the extent of her recovery. The French Open starts on May 22, 2017. Well, that's all we have on news now. Thank you very much for watching. I'm Thelma Okoro.